Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. I'm your host Sean with Blue Ridge Silverhound, and today we are going to go ahead and explore the 1962 Lincoln Penny. What's it worth? What more do you need to know about this specific date of coin? And do you have any examples of this coin, whether they're lower grade or higher grade? We're going to talk about it today in this video. In addition to any applicable varieties, die varieties, or errors that can be found in this particular date. I'm happy to say that there are a few coins that are worth a lot of money, but you need to know exactly what to look for in order for you to cash in on this particular date of Lincoln cent. Now, as with any other video of this type, we're going to talk about the coin, we're going to talk about mintages, we're going to talk about grade. You know, there are specific grades where if you're able to find and achieve a specific grade of these coins, that's where they're worth the most amount of money. All right, so there are people that love grading that might find some useful information from this video. So before I go ahead and dive right in, as always, I gotta go ahead and do the YouTube thing. Like, share the video if you'd like on your favorite social media site. And most of all, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, Blue Ridge Silverhound. If you enjoy coins, then you'll enjoy my videos. So let's go ahead and dive right in. With the 1962 Philadelphia minted Lincoln Penny. All right, you're going to know that this is a Philadelphia coin because there is no mint mark. Okay, usually the mint mark would be somewhere where my mouse pointer is on the screen. So usually coins of this generation, no mint mark, simply means that it's a Philadelphia struck coin. For the purpose of this video, we are only going to focus on the business strike coins. Coins made and produced, intended wholly for circulation. Alright, so that's going to be the Philadelphia and Denver. So for the Philadelphia minted coin, alright, there was no shortage of them ever made. 606,045,000 total pieces were produced by the Philadelphia Mint at that time. All right. Now, coins generally that are in nice shape, really high grades with a lot of the coppery red sheen to them. Typically, if you found them out of a BU roll or maybe in change, they're worth anywhere from 25 to 50 cents a piece. And generally, those coins are album fillers. But if you're able to find some of the top-notch grades, like this one, this is a Mint State 67 Plus Red example. Okay, it's one of the finest known of this date. And in terms of grades, the highest assigned numerical grade for a 1962 Philadelphia Lincoln cent is Mint State 68. And that's through PCGS, in which only one lone solitary example exists at that grade level. Now let's go ahead and talk about the highest sale that we've seen of this coin in any grade. And that's going to be a Mint State 67 Plus Red. So it's the coin that you see on screen, graded by PCGS. This example sold on Heritage Auctions February 27th of 2014 in the amount of $8,813. That's a lot of money for a penny, all right? Especially one that is still relatively modern in nature. So keep that in mind. High grades equate to a lot of money for those registry set people that like to obtain and own the finest specimens of every date of coin out there. All right, so the next one we're going to take a look at is going to be the 1962 D. All right, this is a Denver minted coin. As you can see, there's a small little D underneath the date. That's how you'll know that you have a Denver minted example. Now, in comparison to the Philadelphia coin that we saw previous, there are nearly 3 times as many 1962 D Lincoln cents produced. As a matter of fact, to be more on it, okay, 1,793,148,400 total pieces. Now you would think that nearly 1.8 billion pieces made, all right, there shouldn't be anything special with this coin. But I am happy to say it is much tougher to find higher grade specimens of the Denver Mint coin than the Philadelphia Mint. Call it quality control or whatever. But there are lesser known high grade examples of this coin. All right, how will it equate to value in terms of high grades? Well, the highest assigned grade for a 62D is Mint State 67 plus full red, in which only one example is known at that level. In terms of the highest sale ever recorded, David Lawrence Auctions had sold an example May 5th of 2013, and it was a PCGS Mint State 67 full red example for $12,000. Yeah, let that sink in. That's a lot of money. If you thought $8,800 for the Philadelphia was insane, $12,000 is just unheard of, especially for a coin like this. But it just goes to show you, it is a condition-sensitive type of date and mint mark. A lot of them had some real quality control issues right out of the mint. So finding some of those marquee premium examples, like the one that was sold on David Lawrence's auction site, is pretty tough. All right, so another thing to keep in mind as you're going through these coins. Now, in terms of and here's the full red 67 example that's sold on David Lawrence's website. It's a truly monumental piece. So let's go ahead and jump into die varieties. Unfortunately, there are no known major die varieties for 1962 Lincoln set. However, there are a few minor doubled dies, a few minor repunchment marks, and those can all be found out on coppercoins.com. That's Chuck Daughtry's site. He's one of the foremost experts in Lincoln cent collecting. If you're looking for a specific variety, he covers all the bases, from the minor varieties all the way up to the big dogs in coin collecting. So go ahead and check it out. All right, so we may not have any major die varieties for 1962. However, there is a whole host of error coins that I'm going to talk about. As a matter of fact, I have 7 really nice examples here. Some of them you can find and change, a few of them probably not, but I'm going to talk about them anyways, because at one point or another, they did sell for quite a bit of money. So the first one that we have here is a 1962 Philadelphia struck coin. Okay, there's just enough detail on the obverse to know that it is a Philadelphia coin. This one is a obverse was struck through a capped die. All right, so when the coins were struck, the hammer die, which has the design details of the obverse, which will have Lincoln and the date and all that stuff, had another coin stuck to it, okay, almost like a hat that's upside down. And that hat is striking the newer coins, and that hat will not come off of the hammer die. So that's what they call a capped die. All the coins that were struck with the capped die will look like this. Now, this is an NGC Mint State 66 full red example, and this one sold on Heritage Auctions February 5th of 2010 for $299. So if you have a coin that looks like it was struck through like grease or something, but it looks like this, you probably have a coin that was struck through a capped die. I have found and encountered a few of these myself. They're actually very identifiable. Alright, so the next error that we have here is the 1962D. Alright, this one was graded NGC Mint State 62 red-brown, and what we have here is a nickel that was struck on a 1 cent bronze planchet. Okay, this coin weighs 3.2 grams, as it shows on the slab label. This example sold on Heritage Auctions September 11th of 2016 for $470. All right, so that's what we have there for that one. It's going to be odd to find a nickel that's going to have the coppery bronze sheen to it, in addition to a little bit smaller size. And that's how you know you have that one there. All right, so the next error that we have here is going to be another 1962D. This time, this is a coin that has seen quite a bit of circulation. This one graded out PCGS AU53. This one also features a full brockage error on the reverse of the coin. That's why it looks like there's 2 Lincolns on this coin. Only the details on the reverse of the coin is mirrored. Okay, this one right here sold on Heritage Auctions May 3rd, 2009, in the amount of $517.50. Pretty neat coin here. It's really cool to see a coin of this type come out of change. It's really, really phenomenal. And, you know, it just goes to show you that stuff like this does exist out there. All right, so this one is really cool. What we have here is the 1962D Lincoln. This one graded PCGS AU58. That's interesting. We'll get to that here in a second. This one was struck on a silver dime planchet. Now keep in mind, in 1962, the U.S. was still producing coins on the 90% silver planchets, whether it's a Roosevelt dime or a Washington quarter or a Franklin half dollar. Silver was still very much being used for another few more years. Now this one right here, like I had mentioned, is a PCGS AU58. The grade indicates that this coin came right out of circulation. It has changed hands numerous times. People probably thought that this was either a dime, or they probably thought that it was a plated Lincoln cent at the time it was discovered. But someone who knew their stuff knew that this was a genuine error. Now this one sold on Heritage Auctions January 10th of 2013 in the amount of $822.50. A really nice, cool find, again, that came out of circulation, passed through many hands, and nobody knew better. So keep an eye out for stuff like this. Alright, so this is a really neat one right here. The next one we have is a 1962 Lincoln that was struck on a little itty-bitty kind of like fragment, okay? Call it scrap, if you will. This one weighs only 1.2 grams, alright? So it's very much a lightweight piece. This one graded NGC Mint State 64 full red, and it's sold on Heritage Auctions May 2nd of 2010 in the amount of $1,092.50. You're probably not going to come across something like this too often. Generally, coins of this nature usually come out of the mint sewn bags direct from the Federal Reserve Bank before they're processed through like armored car companies, because usually these will be pulled out by then anyways. Alright, so the next one that we have here is another 62D. Instead, this one is a Jefferson nickel. However, this one was overstruck on an already struck 1962D Lincoln cent. Alright, so this one is an NGC Mint State 64 red brown, as notated on the label. You're going to see that here in a second. But just check this coin out. You can see a lot of the other design devices of the penny. Alright, you can see one right here in the bust area of Jefferson. You can see other bits and pieces of the Lincoln Memorial here on the obverse of the coin. And then on the reverse of the coin, you can see Liberty. You can see Lincoln's top of Lincoln's head right here, among a few other things. And then the date is right here. Alright, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's there. So this one right here, again, NGC Mint State 64 red brown, so it's going to be copper in color. This one sold on Heritage Auctions October 19th of 2012 for $1,292.50. Pretty neat coin. All right, you come across something like this, it will knock your socks off. And then finally, we are going to show you another picture of this coin. But finally, we also have the final one here, and this is what they call a double denomination error. All right, so you have an overstrike, obviously. This one is a 62 Philadelphia Lincoln cent that was struck over a 1962 Roosevelt dime. Again, it's silver. It's 90% silver. This one right here has a really nice hybrid cross of the designs of both coins. You can sit here and stare at this image for, 5 minutes trying to identify everything that you could possibly see. You see both dates. You see the profile of Roosevelt right on there on the reverse. You see the olive sprigs and the two United States of Americas crossing each other, E pluribus unum. This is a really visually striking coin. These do pop up on occasion. Maybe not the older silver ones, but people have come across the more modern type of this coin. Again, it's double denomination. it is also affectionately referred to as an 11-cent coin because it has two denominations expressed on this overstrike. Now this one is an NGC Mint State 65, and this is the big dog one. This one sold on Heritage Auctions October 19th of 2012 for $3,818.75. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it. Hopefully you guys got a few takeaways from this video regarding the 1962 Lincoln penny. A lot of great stuff to find in this particular date, even though there are no big varieties. That kind of leaves the door wide open for someone to discover a premium example of a double die or a really radical, repunch mid-mark or something like that. All it takes is one discovery, and it's going to catch on like a wildfire. So I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Thank you again for watching. Again, feel free to like, share, and subscribe to this video, to my channel. Hit the bell for instant notifications so that way you get the first-hand access to all of my newest uploads. And again, Coinaholics, we are discovering together. Thank you guys as always. Enjoy your day. Happy hunting. And I will see you on the next video.